You're watching Channels Television, celebrating 21 years of broadcasting. Thanks for staying with us. The president is concerned that Nigeria has the highest rates of deforestation in the world. In spite of campaigns against such acts, President Muhammadu Buhari made the remark at the flag-off ceremony of the Keep Kaduna Green project. The initiative targets planting 1 million trees annually in the state. Represented by the Minister of Environment, Amina Mohammed, President Muhammadu Buhari noted that over 576 million trees are lost in the country annually due to deforestation.
More than 50% of Nigeria's primary forests have been lost to deforestation in the past decades through unsustainable logging. Experts on the environment are becoming increasingly worried that if not checked, these practices will lead to more devastating effects of erosion, flooding, and desertification, among others. While the federal government is also worried about the growing rate of deforestation, it's equally concerned that achieving forest cover and restoring the environment by 25% might be a tall dream. The topic is apt for this event as Governors Darius Ishaku of Taraba State and his Kebbi State counterpart Atiku Bagudu were among the dignitaries who planted trees to flag off the Keep Kaduna Green project.
I'm strongly behind this initiative, and I must tell you that I'm copying it back to Taraba State.
It is my belief that this project will be followed through and will mark the beginning of good things to come, especially towards ensuring sustainable forest development and management and environmental management in Nigeria.
Governor Nasir El-Rufai says the project is in multiple fold as it will restore the environment and create job opportunities.
By planting at least 1 million trees every year, our government considers the Keep Kaduna Green project an important intervention. In planting 1 million trees every year, we intend to achieve many goals. Across our state, we'll thereby be checking desertification.
With billions of the world populations relying on forests and forest products for their daily activities, an appeal has gone to states in Nigeria to key into the Green Project to tackle erosion, flooding, and other environmental challenges.
More calls have come for the activation of state police and the implementation of the 2014 National Confab. Today in Lagos, leaders and representatives of the Yoruba and Ijaw nations met to review and make recommendations on how to reconcile the two ethnic nationalities that have been caught in communal clashes in Lagos and Ogun communities in the past weeks. After several hours of closed-door deliberations, the brainstorming session ended with the Yoruba delegations led by Afenifere leader Chief Ayo Adebanjo and the Ijaw delegations led by the former security chief Albert Hosford coming out to give their resolutions on the ways to put a permanent stop to the crisis not only in the Lagos-Ogun areas but across the country.
That the recent cases of militant attacks in Ikorodu and other places linked by the police to the militants of Ijaw extractions are quite unfortunate. The meeting rejects the Ogun State Police Commissioner's account and therefore requests the police to furnish the public with convincing details of the people that carried out the attacks, including their names. This issue should not, however, be allowed to fuel discord and communal violence between the Yoruba and the Ijaw nations. 4. That the Ikorodu incidents underlines the urgent need for state police, the restructuring of Nigeria, and the need for the review and adoption of all past national conferences, including but not limited to the relevant sections of the reports of the 2014 National Conference reports.
Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State has condemned the destruction of oil facilities in the Niger Delta region, noting that it has compounded the financial woes of the nation. The governor stated this during a meeting focused on sustaining a peaceful atmosphere in Delta State and the entire Niger Delta region.
As part of efforts to tackle the security challenges in Delta State, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has called a meeting of all security chiefs, traditional rulers council, communities, farmers, local government council chairmen, cattle breeders association members, Christian Association of Nigeria, Muslim leaders, and civil society organizations. At the meeting, the governor stressed the need for peaceful coexistence among all.
Well, we thank God that peace is returning. It is our collective interest to ensure that we put our hands on deck and partner with each other to ensure that this peace that is gradually returning, that we build it and deepen it in such a manner that we are able to beat our hands on the chest and say, yes, a lot of work has been put in, and Delta State is what it should be.
The participants frowned at the situation where herdsmen carry offensive weapons. The State Commissioner of Police, Zana Ibrahim, appeals to citizens to always provide useful information to the security operatives.
These people are known to us. They are part of us. They live with us. So we know them. All we need to do is to inform the security agents about the presence of this miscreant. We should share this information, and I bet you none of us will divulge the information that is so given.
Our experience shows that almost 70% of the people that commit one of these crimes move to the other immediately. You are checkmating them. So don't be surprised that the same people that are involved in crude oil theft, illegal bunkering, move to attack on shipping, attack on oil and gas facilities, because they know this thing very well.
At the end of the forum, the participants agreed that government should equip the security agencies and also called for the implementation of the local content in the oil sector.
Retirees under the aegis of the local government pensioners in Ogun and Benue states are protesting the non-payment of their pensions. In Ogun State, some of the pensioners laid siege to the office of the Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Adewale Oshinowo, demanding payment of their entitlements.
Pensioners are beginning to bear the brunt of the economic downturn, especially those who retired under state civil service. Benue and Ogun State top the list. Pensioners from 23 local council areas of Benue State are demanding to be included in the data capturing exercise so they can partake in the monthly pension scheme.
During your government, that's the tenure of your government, 62 retirees have died.
Governor said he was hearing the problem for the first time and he heard it just 6 weeks back, and that he will look for all the resources, all the avenue from every corner and nook to pay off.
Then the Deputy Governor of the state, Mr. Benson Abono, gives them a cheery news.
The governor has directed that whoever is your chairman should join the team, the government team, that will make sure that in the shortest possible time, you people will be placed on pension.
Very careful. They are not doing the right thing. Don't do that. We are coming to our end tomorrow.
In the southwest, retirees from 20 local government areas of Ogun State have registered their presence at the office of the Commissioner for Finance to demand for their 2 months entitlement.
Before, we have been taking our pension between 15th and 18th because we had 1 month pension advance being rolled over for years. We are asking for both May and June pensions because within the last 60 days, I'm saying it on honor, more than 60 pensioners had died avoidable deaths because they had nothing to buy drugs. They could not feed well.
They were then invited for a closed-door meeting, after which he expressed regret about their situation.
The salaries they were talking about, as at yesterday, we've paid, and the funds are already transferred to all the banks to pay them.
The pensioners say for as long as they have life, hope keeps them going, and they are hopeful that their arrears will be paid as soon as possible.
Let's move over now to business news with Anne Wawodo. Hi, Anne, and happy 21st.
You first. First Bank.
Hi, I'm Marachi. Thanks a lot. Happy 21st to you too. All right, let's talk business now. Nigeria's Purchasing Managers Index edged up slightly from 48.2 reading in May to 50.2 in June. Now, the latest report released today by FBN Quest shows an improvement in two of the principal sub-indices, and that's workforce and new orders. The employment sub-index reading increased from 40.5 to 48, while new orders climbed to 52.5 from 49.5 in the month of May. The report says the uptick in workforce and new orders were driven by respondents' increase in domestic input utilization. Listed energy trading company Owando Nigeria has announced a 10% fall in turnover to 381.7 billion naira, and that's for the 2015 financial year. The report released today shows gross profit down 7%, while loss after tax slowed to 50 billion naira in 2015. From the operational side now, Owando's total oil production increased 118% to 19.9 million barrels in the year under review. Owando Energy Resources say that a cash inflow of $234 million in 2015 by resetting its crude oil hedging average of $95.35 a barrel to a new price of $65 a barrel. Nigeria's stock market started the new month and the last trading day of the week in the negative territory as investors extended profit-taking ahead of the Eid al-Fitr holiday next week. Here's Bisi Adebayo with more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Markets Reports. The Nigerian equities market started the first trading day of the month further down, this time by nearly 1%, while the market capitalization dropped to 10 trillion naira in response to continued profit-taking by investors. Friday's session recorded a moderately low activity compared with Thursday's figure, as investors traded 189.7 million shares worth 2.2 billion naira in 3,486 deals. The most actively traded stocks for the day were financial giants GT Bank, FBN Holdings, and Access Bank. Honeywell was the major decliner in the list of 24 losers and was followed by Nigerian Breweries and Fitson Healthcare. And from a list of 17 gainers, Cornell was in the lead with a 10.17% increase, followed by Union Daikon, which rose by 4.96%, and Nemeth with 4.20%. That ends the stock market reports. I am Bisi Adebayo.
Thank you, Bisi. Well, on the other hand, global stocks finished Friday's session with solid gains. Let's check out the figures. That's business news tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Nwawodo. Back to you, Marachi.
And it's still ahead on the news at 10. Defending champion Serena Williams and her sister Venus survived scares to progress at the 2016 Wimbledon. We'll have more in sports news. Do join us again.